Now, what is it? How do we know it's the time of the end? Two things. Many shall run to and fro. This is global travel. Look at this. Did you know that 3.8 billion people will fly on an airplane this year? Did you know 1 billion of them will be in America? Doesn't mean there are only 300 and some million Americans. Some of us fly way more than others. But there are 3.8 billion human beings that are running to and fro. Do you understand? This is unbelievable. The same way of travel that was in the Bible times persisted all. Did you know we had no advances in travel from biblical times all the way through the time of Ben Franklin in the American Revolution? Did you know when he solicited the help of France, he went on a sailboat across the ocean? A sailboat. That's how Jesus went around the Sea of Galilee. That's how the Phoenicians took Jonah. Stuff hasn't changed since Bible times. But immediately after that, after the turn of the 1800s, we had the invention of the steam engine and the steamboat and the steam locomotive, and that went right from that into the internal combustion. And then we had all of that, the automotive, and then the Wright brothers took that internal combustion, they made the airplane. And then Goddard made and we all know all that, the rocket. And now we're just traveling. But it isn't just that. Look at the next, the other half. It's actually 4b. It says the global explosion of knowledge. Knowledge would increase, it says. It says, and knowledge shall increase. What's interesting is it's just happening around us. We're not thinking anything about it. We have gone from kilobytes to megabytes to gigabytes to terabytes to petabytes to exabytes. You probably don't even know about those, and zettabytes, and soon we'll be at yottabytes. And they just have to have new names for all these things. And what they're talking about is what they're doing. Did you know that in the last year they calculated this, and they're always behind because knowledge is exploding. But basically 4 years ago, the world produced 4 zettabytes. I had to look that up and count. That's 21 zeros is a zettabyte. Okay? Wow. 4 zettabytes of information in 2013. That's a 1 with 21 zeros. Or, now to put it in terms young people can understand, 304 million years, not hours, of 4K high-def video. 304 million years. That's 24 hours a day, 365, It would be like having an HD movie of the world, in high def for 304 million years of it. Or the equivalent, UCLA said, of every human on earth getting the information of 348 newspapers every day dumped onto them. So, to get a stack higher than me by a couple times of newspapers dropped on you every day is how much information we're producing. And our world is zettabyting. This month we saw the introduction of a whole new generation of computer chips. Each generation is basically doubling, that's the old rule. But the new chip is the AMD Ryzen. It's 14 nanometer architecture. Just in common talk, that means the chip, it's the size of a quarter. That means it's an inch by an inch. In that inch, there are 1 billion lines of information this way and 1 billion lines of information that way. That's an octillion on a quarter. And what's amazing is that Daniel said in Daniel 12:4 that knowledge shall increase. And since 2008, it's doubling. And it's doubling. And it's doubling. It's amazing. Specifically, it was referring to an understanding of Bible prophecy, but it's an increase in scientific knowledge that's implied.